right. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kim Michelle. Namaste. Today we're going to start laying on our backs. So let's turn our bodies around. If you're having any lower back issue, go ahead and bend your knees so that lower back is resting on the ground. And we want to do a big inhale through our nose. Exhaling through our mouth. Make that noise. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Now let's come to a natural breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Feeling that little spot beneath your nose where the air is coming in and a cool airflow and where it's coming out. And today I would like to talk about freedom and how when we are free from stress and pressure and anxiety, we can breathe a little bit better. And when we're anxious or we have too much stress on our plate, we feel caged. And I saw the poem by Maya Angelou on Instagram this week, and it's called Caged Bird. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends and dips his wing in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown, but long for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. The free bird thinks of another breeze and the trade wind soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on the dawn bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. But the caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. His shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown, but longed for still. And his tune is heard on distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. Sometimes when we are stressed, our back seizes up. So let's try to rotate our knees from side to side, releasing that tightness in our lower back, almost like we're windshield wipering our knees from side to side. Stretching it out, letting those muscles release, freeing our back from the stress of our week. Now let's go ahead and roll over to our side in that fetal position and push into the ground, and let's meet an easy seat. Let's bring our arms up on an inhale, reaching above us. Exhaling gently down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. exhaling down. Now let's turn to the right and turn to the left on your own breath, feeling freedom in our spine and in our breath. Now let's place our hands on our knees and bring our head and look over to the right shoulder, and let's hold it for about a few breath cycles. Bring the head over to look over the left shoulder. Bring the head back, looking at each other. Now let's look down at our underarm, releasing that back of the neck. Bring the head back up, come down and look at the left side, the left underarm. Now let's bring the head up. And so let's look over like we're looking at a clock. So we're gonna turn our nose over toward our 3 o'clock and bring the head down through 6 o'clock up to 9 o'clock. And let's come back down 6 o'clock. Looking at 3 o'clock, drawing a little semicircle. Okay, now let's look at each other. So we're gonna try to stretch all 6 ways with our spine. So we'll come forward, stretching forward, releasing our back. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. Inhaling forward. Exhaling forward. So now we're going to do a rotation of our back. Let's put our left hand on our right knee. Turn to the side. Inhaling like we have a string attached to our head, pulling us up straight. Exhaling, twist a little more. Inhaling up. Exhaling, twist. Inhaling, let's come back to the front. Put our right hand on our left knee. Inhaling up. Exhaling, twisting. Inhaling up. Exhaling, twisting. Inhaling up. Exhaling, twist. Inhaling back forward. So on the inhale, let's reach up with our left hand. Exhale over. Keeping that left hip down on the ground. Inhaling back. Exhale. Inhale the right arm over. Exhale to the side. Inhaling back. Exhaling. Inhaling up. Exhaling over. Inhaling up. Exhaling over. Inhaling up. Exhaling over. Now let's turn around and let's come to our hands and knees. We're going to bring our shoulders directly over our hands. Our hands are going to grip the mat with our fingertips. Our knees are directly underneath our hips. The tops of our feet are on the ground. Our shoulders are not collapsed. We're standing firm in our shoulder blades. And so let's do a cat-cow and do our inhale, bring the chest up. Exhale, round the back. Belly button to spine. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. Belly button to spine. Inhaling the chest forward. Exhaling, rounding the back. So now let's do a little, on your own, do a little C shape, looking at each foot, looking side to side on your breath. Now let's do some hip circles, reach the hips back, rotating forward, side to side, loosening up the hip joints. Let's come back the opposite way. And we're back in our table. Let's extend the leg, right leg back, and let's go backwards and forward, stretching out the fascia of the foot, stretching out the toes. Inhaling as we come forward, exhaling backwards. Inhaling forward, exhaling backwards. All right, let's lift the leg up, inhaling and exhaling. On the inhale, let's lift up our left hand. So we're in that bird dog pose. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, come into a crunch. Bird dog crunch. Inhale into bird dog. Exhale into crunch. Inhale into bird dog. Exhaling into crunch. So now let's reach that foot back, lower the hand, keeping the foot extended. Now let's lift the foot up and cross over the left foot. And now let's try to look at that foot as we're twisting, stretching out the hip. Now let's bring the foot over to the side. So I'm going to turn so you can see me. So your foot is going to be in alignment with your knee. Bring the arms up over our head. And this is our gate pose. And let's bring our arms down. Now let's lean over toward that extended leg, reaching the arm up, stretching that side body. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Lean back on the opposite side, bringing the left hand down, stretching the other side body. If you want, you can lean back a little bit, kind of like a modified wild thing, stretching the front of the hip flexor. All right, come back around. So return to our hands and knees, extending out the other foot. For me, that's my left. Gonna lean forward and backwards. Exhaling back, stretching the fascia of the foot. Inhaling, stretching the toes out. Exhaling, inhaling. Exhaling, inhale. Now let's lift that foot up. You can pulse it up, feeling that in your booty. Inhaling the arms straight up. Exhaling into a crunch. Inhaling, extending the leg and the hand away from each other. Exhaling, crunch. Inhaling. Exhaling. I'll bring that hand and leg is going to still be extended. The hand is down. Let's cross that leg over our right leg and turn that body and try to look over the shoulder toward the foot, getting a nice stretch in the hip flexor. Alrighty, now let's bring the foot back around so the foot is in alignment with the knee. Bring the arms up to our gate pose. Let's lean over the extended leg, bringing the arm over, stretching that side body. Bring the hand down to the mat, right hand down to the mat, reaching over with the left hand, stretching the left side body. Maybe leaning back a little bit, freeing that front hip flexor. Let's bring the hands and knees back down through our table, reaching our hips back down to our feet, coming into a child's pose. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Let's walk our hands over toward the right side of our mat, stretching the side body. Walking the hands through center over to the left side. Now walking the hands back to the knee, tucking the toes, and rocking back till we're in a closed leg squat. Just rocking a little bit, stretching out the Achilles. Placing the heels on the ground, hands on the mat, and reach those hips up toward the sky. Knees are bent, belly is resting on your thighs. This is our first forward fold of the day. Letting that head hang low, extending out the neck, and releasing tension in the neck. Shake the head, yes. Shake the head, no. Now let's walk our hands up our legs. We'll bring the head up, the very last thing. Now we've arrived in our mountain pose. Inhaling and exhaling. We'll take a walk toward the front of our mat, feeling the four corners as we step, four corners of our feet as we step. We can move our legs around in a little circle, loosening up the hips. As we rotate the hips, we're feeling the front corners of our feet and the back corners of our feet. Come back around the other way. All right, now let's let our feet be about one fist width apart. We're looking straight ahead. The palms of our hands are facing forward. Our collarbones are wide. Our shoulder blades are flowing down the back of our back. We're going to inhale and reach up, touching our hands, bringing them down through namaste, hinging at the hips, coming into a forward fold. Exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Now let's inhale into a flat back. We're going to try to have a 90 degrees between our feet and our back. We want our back to be straight, like there's a rod through the base of our spine all the way up through our head. We're looking down. Our neck is not crunched. Our neck is long as it and extended. Let's exhale into the forward fold. Bend our knees and inhale, pressing our feet up, reaching up overhead. And exhale back into mountain. Let's try this top half of our sun salutation again. Let's inhale our arms up. Exhaling, hinging at the hips. The forward fold. Inhaling, flat back. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, pressing the feet into the ground, reaching over our head and back down through namaste into mountain pose. So now we're going to add on a little bit. So let's reach overhead on the inhale. Exhaling, hinging at the hips. Inhaling into flat back. Exhaling the hands down in front of us. And step back with the right foot. Inhaling. Exhaling the knee down. Let's place the top of our foot down into the ground. And we're going to inhale our arms up overhead. And exhale. Now let's place our hands on our knee. And we'll inhale and exhale a few breath cycles, stretching out that front hips flexor. Let's put our hands down on the ground. We're gonna bend back, our hips back toward our back leg. And we're gonna come into a runner stretch. So we're gonna straighten our left leg. And we're just gonna hinge our back over toward that leg. We're stretching out the back hamstrings of our left leg. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Now let's bring that foot back so we're on our knees. We're going to sit our hips back onto our feet, back into child's pose. Our forehead down. We're going to snake our body forward. So we're laying down on our belly. On the inhale, let's position our hands next to our chest. And on the inhale, we're going to push our back up so we have a little arch. This is a baby cobra. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling back into our child's pose. Inhaling and exhaling. Bring the hands up by the shoulder, tuck our toes, and let's extend our hips up to the sky. Walk our hands back into forward fold. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Walk the hands up the legs. Bring the head up last. And we're in mountain pose again. So walk up to the front of our mat. We're going to repeat that on the left side. So on the inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, the hands to the mat. Step back with the left foot. Place the knee down. On the inhale, let's bring our arms up. On the exhale, place the hands on the knee. Now let's lean forward, stretching out that left hip flexor. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. All right, let's place our hands on the ground, straightening out the right leg, reaching the hips back over the left foot, stretching into that runner stretch. Our back is straight. We're feeling a nice stretch in our right hamstring. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Now let's bring that foot back so we're on our knees. Gonna reach our hips back into child's pose again. Resting our head on the ground, feeling a nice release in our lower back. Now we're going to snake our head forward. We're going to come down and to lie on our belly. We're going to place our hands. Excuse me, Ginger. Ginger, you got to move. Hands are going to be at your chest. And we are going to lift our head and chest up into baby cobra. We're looking at the top of our mat. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling our hips back into child's pose. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Walk the hands back underneath your shoulders. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips up. And now let's get in our nice down dog. We want it to be a long down dog. Our feet are going to be like 2 widths apart. You can bend the knees so the belly is resting on your thighs. Your heels may be up because we really haven't stretched out those calves yet. You can walk the dog by stepping the legs up and down, trying to give those calves a little stretch. Your head is trying to look at your knees or in between your thighs. You can look at your hands or fingertips are gripping the mat. Now let's see if you can straighten your knees. Your hips want to be up toward where the ceiling meets the top of the wall. Now let's come into our plank. And we can be on a plank with our body up. Our neck is long. Let's bring the knees down. Bring the belly down. Inhaling and exhaling. Now let's press into our arms up. We're in our table. We're inhaling and exhaling. Let's tuck the toes. Back into our down dog. We're going to try that again. In our down dog, we're gripping the mat with our fingertips. We are having our hips tilted up toward the sky. We're having wide collarbone. We're not collapsed in our shoulders. We're strong in our shoulders. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Now let's lean forward to we're in our plank. You need to adjust your feet or your hands so you're comfy. We're going to inhale, stop it, and exhale. Now let's bring our knees to the mat. This time, we're going to go into a side plank. So we're going to pick up our left foot and rotate it on the outside of the mat. We're going to bring our left hand into the center of our mat and extend the right leg out. And bring your arm up. So this is a side plank. We're getting that nice stretch in our hip flexor. So let's bring that hand down, and we're in our knee plank now. Hold our hand up. If we want to come down into like a yoga push-up, we can. Forehead on the ground. Pushing our body back up to our knee plank. And we're going to go on the other side. We're going to rotate the right leg out. Bring that right hand to the center of the mat. Extending the left leg out. Reaching the left leg up. Excuse the back of me. Please stop, Ginger Bear. Bring the left hand down. Back in our knee plank. Let's bring our body all the way down. Let's tuck our toes. Come back into our child's pose. Inhaling. Exhaling. Walk our hands up. Toes are tucked. Back into that Yogi Squat again. The closed leg Yogi Squat. Our calves feel a little bit more loose now, don't they? Bring the hips, your heels to the ground. Walking your hands up your legs. Walking the body all the way up. Back into our mountain pose. Now it's time for some balancing poses. So we can face each other. And so we're going to locate our drishti. Our drishti is a focal point across the room from you that doesn't move. And we're going to focus on that, and that's going to help us with our balance. So we're going to place our left foot down on the ground and lift our right heel up. All of our balance is on the left foot. We're going to rotate the right leg out, and our toe is still on the ground. And our heel is resting on that ankle. That's a fine place for a baby tree. If you'd like, you can lift your toes up off the ground. So you're balancing on that one foot. You can bring the leg to your calf, or you can bring the leg up to your inner thigh. The knee is not a good place. I'm going to leave my toes on the ground, and I'm going to concentrate on my drishti. Inhale, remembering to inhale and exhale. Your core is engaged. Your left leg, that glute is tight. Bring the arms up overhead, extending your tree. Tree is waving in the wind. Inhaling, exhaling. Let's bring our hands into namaste. Bring the knee forward, step down, and shake it out. Alrighty, now let's ground into our right foot. And we're gonna bring up our left heel, opening up that hip. Heel is gonna be on your ankle at first. You can lift the foot up to your ankle or your shin or your calf. I'm gonna try the calf right now. I'm focusing on my drishti. Breathing. I'm gonna extend my tree today. All right, bring the hands in, do namaste. knee facing forward and stepping down. Whew, that was some hard stuff. Alrighty, now let's do our chair. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see my body. So chair is just going to be reaching my hips back, keeping my knees extended, my knees not to extend over my toes. My core is engaged. My butt is kind of tucked under. And be a namaste. Inhaling and exhaling. If you wish, you could bring your arms out in front of you. Lift your hands up so your palms are facing the ceiling. So now let's let our palms face each other and bring them back down behind us. We're still in chair, reaching up, flying those arms back behind us. On the inhale, reaching up. On the exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now let's fall into our forward fold. My low back's a little bit looser than it was at the beginning. You can place your fingertips under your toes. You can grab those big toes with your peace fingers. If not, having your hands on your shins are fine, or your ankles. I like my peace fingers. I'm gonna kind of walk my legs back and forth like I'm in the down dog. Just stretching out that hip a little bit. So now let's place if you need a block, you can use a block or a book. You can place your hand on the ground or your block, your left hand. Reach your right hand up. And try to keep your legs straight. Bring the right arm down and fly the left arm up. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling the hand down. One more time. Bring the right arm up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale the hand down. Inhale the arm up. Exhale the arm down. So now we're in that forward fold and we're going to scoot our feet out so our heel is on the mat, our feet are wide, and our toes are off on the side of our mat. And we're gonna bend our knees so we're in Yogi Squat. You need to sit on a block, you can do that. Or you can just be in the squat. If your squat looks like this, that's also fine. You can rest your elbows on your knees. You can come into namaste here or into the squat. Excuse me, Ginger. Now let's reach left hand up. Stay in the squat or be halfway in the squat. Reach the arm up and twist. Bring the right arm down. Reach the left arm up. Reach the right arm up. Reach the left arm up. All right, now we're back to our hands and knees as we swing our legs around to on our bottoms. Our feet are facing the front wall. Our toes are reaching up to the top. We have a straight back. This is the flat back position we were in during our sun salutation. Hands can rest on our shins. And with that flat back, we're going to reach forward. Our face is looking at about a foot in front of our mat. Hands can hold the ankles or the toes or the shins. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Walk the hands up the legs. And let's bring our hands behind our back and bend at the knees. One of you friends asked for some core work, so we'll do a little bit of a boat pose. So we'll do a modified. We are in this boat position. We're going to lift up our right leg and bring it back down. Lift up the left leg, bring it down. Let's lift them up, both up. If you want, you can bring your hands behind your thighs. Inhaling and exhaling. Core is engaged. You can balance. Bring the palms up toward the sky. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time. Inhaling, exhaling. Hands lying under your thighs. Feet down on the mat. And gently, slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, walk the hands down till we're in a flat back. Whew. Inhaling and exhaling. Now let's bring our feet a little bit closer to our bottom. And the distance we want it is, you can just barely touch the heel with your hand on each side. That's a good spot. So on the inhale, we're going to reach up into bridge. On the exhale, we'll release back down into the ground. Inhaling up, core engaged. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Let's stay up for a little bit. Inhaling and exhaling. And come in a little closer. Go ahead. Knees are together. I'm going to lift up the right heel and place it back down. Lift up the left heel, place it back down. Squeezing in the glutes. Lift up both heels. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling the hips down to the ground. All righty. Let's bring our knees into our chest. Making a little circle with our knees. Clockwise a few times. Counterclockwise. All right, let's place our feet so they're on the edge of the mat. And we're going to windshield wiper the knees down on each side. So we're getting that hip flexor. Inhaling and exhaling. Now extend the left leg straight and bend the right leg into your chest. Inhaling and exhaling. Now extend that right leg up toward the ceiling. Hands are going to be flat down on the ground. And you're going to inhale the left leg up to meet. Exhale the right leg down. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale the left leg down. If you're really tough today, Don't rest the left leg down on the ground. Hold it up an inch. Inhaling the leg up. Exhaling the other leg down. Inhaling the leg up. Exhaling the leg down. Inhaling the leg up. Exhaling the leg down. Inhaling the leg up. Exhaling both knees to your chest. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling the legs, the feet down on the ground, knees up. We're gonna lean to the side like we're doing that windshield wiper, but we're just gonna leave them, or both of our legs down. Gonna turn our body over toward that left side. Open our arms up in a T and breathe. Do a nice supine twist. You can bring your legs on top of each other to make the twist bigger. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling the knees back up to the knees are facing the ceiling. Open, and we're going to twist the opposite side. That nice windshield wiper twist. Or you may bring the top leg on top and get a supine twist. Looking at your opposite hand. Twist in the whole back. Bringing the legs back up. One more squeeze to our chest. Now let's extend our feet up to our soles of our feet are facing the ceiling. Our hands are on our thighs. We're in happy baby. Hands can be on the back of your thighs, or they can reach up and grab your feet. Open up the hips one last time. This is our second to last pose. Ready to relax into Shavasana. Extend the legs out, opening them up to each corner of the bottom of your mat. Letting the palms of your hands face the ceiling. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. One last time. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Breathing our natural organic breath. Eyes are closed. Thinking about that bird flying through the sky. He's free. I can hear him tweet. I want to fly like that too. Now let's bring some awareness back into our body. And take our thumbs and touch our index fingers and then our middle fingers and our ring fingers, our baby fingers. We're gonna tap back and forth through all the fingers. We're gonna wiggle our toes. Rotating the ankles and the wrist. Get each way, feel a couple little cracks in there. Point our toes and reach our hands over our head. Reach, 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 reach. And relax. Point the toes. Reach overhead. Reach, 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 reach. And relax. One last time. Point the toes. Reach the fingers. And relax. Turn our bodies over to our favorite side and find that fetal position. Your head resting on your bicep. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling. Let's push our hand into the ground, pushing our body up in, finding our easy seat. Now let's take our fingertips that are on the ground and reach overhead on the inhale. Exhale, bringing the fingertips down to the mat gently. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Bringing your hands through to Namaste, letting them rest in your prayer position. Thanking you, each and every one of you, for coming to this practice. Please thank yourselves for taking care of your body, relaxing. And I wish each and every one of you a wonderful weekend. May you fly free for the rest of your lives. Namaste, everybody. Amen.